Hey guys, JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Got a new one in from Civivi that we're going to check out. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we have the Anaaki. I sure hope I am saying that right. This is a new aluminum framed button lock from Civivi with another interesting, I think the Biosphere or something like that I checked out that kind of had this, but this one a little bit more solid, one-piece construction, very flexy, man. It's milled on both sides and then coated very well. Nicely centered. It's going to be a smaller carry. For those of you out there that have the smaller hands, you probably will really like this one. Nitro V blade steel, reversible fold over deep carry pocket clip with a flipper tab and an opening hole. I'm gonna hit that opening hole. Nice, very nicely done. You got a nice drop point blade on here, very thin profile, nice spoon and jimping on the back of the spine. Very well jimped on that flipper tab. Let me check that out. Ooh, great action. Very nice. They are tuning these extremely well. While I still think, whoops, that's on me. I flipped it into my index finger there. It's a little small for me. While I do think ProTech still is king of the button lock game, I feel like Civivi's consistency on the button lock is extremely well done. You do have a lanyard tube here in between your standoff barrels. Man, that's just, in person, it's really interesting to see that. It's a super lightweight design, that is for sure. And the Nitro V is very well done. Now, are they still stamping it? Yeah, you can barely see it. Thank goodness I'm outside in the daylight. Try to move that around a little bit so you can see that Nitro V on there. But definitely a 3.5 finger knife. Nice gent size. Is this a forge choil? Maybe if you have small enough hands, it's not a forge choil for me. The spoon on here is really good. The jimping on here is well done too. The action, and like I said, the button lock, super easy to actuate, flip and open very fast on that flipper tab to open and close. And I can get that thumb flick on there. Yeah, it's nice and sharp so that it catches very well on here. It feels like it's going to be thin and slicey. I don't have a lot of stuff to cut with. I can't do the little bit of cutting that I normally do for you guys. I have nowhere to really do that here while I'm trying to manage the channel while living with some family. So I do apologize for that, but this would be really cool. I'd like to see a larger version of this. I think it would be really cool, the Anaaki. Let's go ahead and do some size comparison. All right, we got the sugar maple jack from traditional pocket knives on the bottom, and we have the Spyderco Bodacious on top. And as you can see, it is definitely more of a smaller sized carry. And with that 3.5 finger grip, I think that really kind of confirms it for you guys out there. It's got the same grip space almost as the sugar maple jack. So barely 3.5 fingers. This one here is like a very 3.5 finger grip hanging off the back there. When I grab it, you guys can see that's kind of the same. And actually I would give the edge here to the sugar maple because I'm not having to choke up to get that 3.5 finger. I'm really having to choke up to get that on the Anaaki. All right, guys, final thoughts and impressions on the Anaaki. I grade on a scale of 1 to 10 when I rate these. I take into account the aesthetics, ergos, performance, and money for value. Aesthetics is also part of it, but I do recognize that is subjective to what I like and what I don't like. Overall, I think it's an attractive design. I don't mind the milling on there. It doesn't affect me too much ergonomically. Really what I feel is the sharp jimping, which I will not complain about because it helps with the deployment and it locks me in a little bit better. I am falling on all the wrong spots here, so my index finger is kind of falling onto the back of that. Middle finger is almost getting this middle section, which is meant for 2 fingers by itself. So that means that the ring finger is getting poked into and the pinky is getting poked into. So it falls a little short for me ergonomically, but those holes are not really the factor for me. I don't even feel the pocket clip as much as I do as the poking underneath. The pocket clip, I kind of tell that it's there, but it's not really bothering me that much. Great action on here, nice and smooth. Civivi usually does a good job with their edges. They don't lay the angle back too far, but they make the profile slicey enough to be an excellent cutter. So I do like that about the Anaaki. As I mentioned, 1 to 10 is the scale, 10's the highest. With budget materials like aluminum and Nitro V, I do limit those to a 7. So for me on this one, I am going to go 5.4. I think that's a nice solid score. I think for folks with smaller hands, you guys may really like that one a lot. Let me know down in the comments below. I will link it for you if you're interested. Those links help the channel. Totally up to you. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated. And a special shout out and thanks to my channel members out there. I love you guys. That's it for me today. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.